Hello my brother, welcome to the LB Otaku. Today we'll take a look at Saber Bootleg. By the way, do you know the way? Do you know the way? The way to the subscribe button. Sing with me my brother, sing with me the song of my people. Oh! So now that's done, welcome to the LB Otaku, and today we're taking a look at another Fakema. This time we're taking a look at a very old one. The Saber from Fate Stay Night, from the original Fate Stay Night, and of course this is the bootleg KO version of Saber. When I previously reviewed the Fakema of Gilgamesh and of Saitama, I was pleasantly surprised and I didn't find many of the horror stories that people used to tell me about Figma KOs. But this figure is starting to make me understand why. So before I start shooting down on this figure, let's hit that intro. Now painting and sculpting. Let me start saying that it's hard to actually judge this figure because I don't know how much of the problems are just from being a bootleg and what problems are from the original figure. Two problems that I can guarantee you are from this bootleg are the painting and the quality of the ball pegs. Ah my god, the painting, there's a lot of smudges. Some things I even had to repaint myself to make it look a little bit better. But of course nothing can fix a lot of the problems with a lot of the joints that are very loose, particularly the ball hinges in the hands. But before we get more into that, let's look at what the figure brings. Even the box, you can tell that the quality of the box itself is worse than the other KOs that I got, so you can easily tell that it is a bootleg as the material is a little bit more rough. But hey, then we have a standard stand for our Figma, and there's a lot of plastic bubbles there inside. The sword itself looks good for the most part. It has some small paint errors, but nothing too big. But then in the sword there's a really big plastic error in the side. I don't know if you can see it. So yeah, the sword itself, it's well painted, but then yeah, you see it? That's I actually had to remove that and then paint gold to the mark that it got. So really bad in that aspect. The other sword is a little bit better, but it still has a little bit of errors in paint in the sheath and in the sword itself, but nothing too major, so it's not a problem here. Then we have the hands. No wait, before the hands let's look at the hair piece. The hair is actually a darker color. Then we have the faces. The faces are actually probably the thing that translates it better. They look very good. I cannot complain. I don't think they're as good as the original, but they look very good. So not many problems. The hands are terrible. Their hands are awful. The molding is not that bad for the most part, but then you have like this one that should be much more open and actually has all of that molded plastic there, getting the way to put the sword in. This one is okay. This one is okay. But a lot of them actually have different sizes for the pegs, so some are good, some are very loose. All of them kind of look very bland, not well molded at all. So they do the job, but I expected a lot more. The other face and the other hairpiece are the best ones. But again, the color of the hair just seems darker than it should be, the original one. We have here a Figma RAM original, and you can see very solid figure, doesn't shake at all. Then we take a look at this one, it's just shaking all over the place. The legs very loose, as you can see. Everything is very loose, the bangs just come out very easily, the earpiece comes out very easily, not sturdy at all. See? Oh my god. But yeah, this is an old bootleg, so I can see why in the other ones I didn't have so much problems. I hate this thing. It's terrible to handle, really terrible to handle. Even if you can pose it and get some nice pictures with it, it's terrible to handle.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure, John. Now this Saitama KO that was actually 6-0 cheaper is much more solid. And Gilgamesh, even though his lower part is not that solid, at least his painting is almost perfect. And the other torso is much better than this torso, but you can see there's more quality on this Gilgamesh than Saber. Still, they kinda look amazing together. And, well, still you can make them look great on your shelf. But, let's take a look at her articulation, shall we? So, let's take a look. So, we have our typical Figma joint on the head that allows for great articulation, but it doesn't remain as hidden as most of the original ones. Still, you can great range of motion. Now the shoulder is a little bit weird because it's kind of a peg to the shoulder and then to a ball hinge. It does have some butterfly action there in the beginning, and then it gives you great range of motion, but the shoulder pads doesn't really hide very well the joint. It becomes very loose. A lot of them fall off very easily if you're not careful. You do have a bicep swivel in the top. Then this, oh my god, this articulation there is terrible. I don't know what's wrong with that. But yeah, as you can see, the hands fall off very easily from that ball hinge. So as you can see, it's a little bit weird. This is probably not Figure's fault, it is the fault of being a KO, so the original should have much better working articulations, but yeah, I'm not very happy with that. So then we have the torso, we have probably, I think it's a ball hinge there, and then a ball hinge below. Yeah, these ones actually work fine, I don't have any problem with those torso hinges, so yeah. These skirts, oh my god, yeah, they're all in ball hinges. No, it's not ball hinges, it's just hinges, but they actually come off very easily. So yeah, careful with that, they will fall off very easily. As you can see there's a lot of smudges on that skirt. But yeah, all of them can move out of the way so you can pose it. As you can see, another section of paint problems. Now the legs, oh my god, these are, as you can see, they have two ball pegs on each side. The problem is they're very loose, so yeah, don't expect the figure to stand on its own. And then you have a hinge there in the knee, and we have a ball hinge in the feet. The feet also should have a toe bend, but like most, yeah, that guard is not well molded, so it's always popping off. I don't know if this is not the worst bootleg I ever saw. So recapping, terrible articulations and a poor paint job. I can imagine the original Figma figure is much better than this, in all aspects. What about her size? Variable action figure Gintoki. Revoltech EVA 01 Bandai High Grade EVA 00 model kit. Figma RAM. RAM. Beautiful RAM. Figma Gilgamesh. Figma Otaku. Figma. Figma. And Tifa. Overall, I cannot give my low budget otaku seal of approval to this figure. But if you find the price of the figure is too overpriced and doesn't resemble at all what the figure normally costs, maybe you don't want to burn your money, then you can buy this figure knowing all of these problems just to have it in your shelf and complete your collection. Otherwise, stay away from this figure. Try to check if you can find the original at a good price. I hope you enjoyed the review, and I will leave you after this small quantity of pictures with a preview for the next review. And probably I'm also going to revisit a Play As Sky review that I did right in the beginning of my channel with better quality. So I hope you stay tuned for that.
Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, my brothers, or else you're first-sighted and I spit on you. You are the first quit, I spit on you.
Oh yes.
Do it! Just do it!